Being stonewalled and given the silent treatment is never fun. When the narcissist goes into a rage for whatever perceived threats that they deem happen, whether you like it or not, you are getting punished. It's going to be 1 day, 2 days, a week, maybe even a month before they stop giving you the silent treatment. And although those are definitely not fun days, you can actually do something about it in order to make the best of that time where it's going to actually benefit you. So hi everybody, Deanna King here, and today we are going to be talking about ways in which we can turn a negative into a positive. And when I say positive, I mean it's positive for our own personal growth, but at the same time, they hate it. They absolutely hate it. They want you crying in your room. Being in control is what they're after. But here, you're the one that's going to be in control. So guess who wins this time? It's going to backfire on them. So please like and subscribe if you can relate here. And thank you very much. Much appreciated. So let's look at ways in which you can actually save the day in these circumstances. Number one, go have fun. Meet up with friends for laughs. Or you can even ask yourself that if you were single or if you were with somebody who trusted you and gave you the freedom that healthy partners give, what would that be? What would you be doing? What would you be doing if you could be your authentic self and do that? When we're entangled in a web of narcissistic abuse, we spend all of our time doing for them. We let them have their way all the time in order to avoid abuse, regardless of whether it's to avoid a huge costly fight or criticism meant to put you down that can leave you feeling completely discouraged. We more than often feel that we actually have to check in with them and get their permission to do the most insignificant thing. I mean, insignificant for them, but significant for you. Maybe you'd like to learn to do woodwork. You have all your own tools, you have your own money to buy wood, but they're going to find a reason to butt in and cause trouble for you in attempts to ruin your day, because that's what they love to do. They love to ruin your day. They're going to get upset with you for creating a mess, or they're going to get angry with you because you're using up this space that they all of a sudden needed. Or maybe you just want to rearrange your furniture to give your room a fresh new energy, but now you're in trouble for making noise while they're trying to take a nap. Always when you're about to do something that they'll take that nap, right? You might be hanging a new decor on your wall and now they get really angry with you because you're doing it wrong. And now you're causing them a headache because they're going to have to step in now and do it right, because you never know what you're doing and you can just never do anything right. But let's go back to the friend thing for a moment. I mean, when is the last time that you actually met up with a friend for coffee? Because sometimes just seeing others can really boost your energy levels when your world has shrunk so tightly because you've been manipulated into a life sentence of service to them and to them only. It can be actually hard to see the whole picture from inside. So figure out what would make you happy in the moment and do that, even if it's just a little thing. Don't curl up in a corner and cry. Step out of yourself. You want to start to break some patterns here. And of course, you don't want to provoke, especially if this narcissist is dangerous, but find something that you can enjoy and that you can safely do. The second one that you can do is to get in touch with nature. Go for walks, put some headphones on and listen to your favorite music. And don't go for walks in the usual trails. Again, we want to break patterns here. Pick somewhere new. You want to change the energy, change the environment. You want to break the patterns. Are you close to a beach? Go there. When was the last time that you actually kicked your shoes off and walked the shoreline? Or just sat there watching the waves crashing? When we get in touch with nature like that, it allows us the space. And I know I'm always talking about the space, but it's really important. It allows us the space that we need in order to process all that's happening to us. Our mind is always, what can I do for the narcissist? What can I do? Because we're in survival mode. But now you want to turn your attention towards you, not always about the narcissist. Because being with a narcissist, it always leaves us zero space to process anything because we're too preoccupied with taking care of their needs in order to protect ourselves from their wrath. You see, we're in survival all the time. Our minds are always on what I can do to make sure that they remain stable in their moods. Or your mind is preoccupied with trying to prove to them that what they did wasn't right, like you'll ever be able to do that. Or trying to figure out how to avoid saying or doing the wrong thing. And even what things that you could do for them to please them in order to get a cookie crumb, some sort of attention or affection or acknowledgement. When we allow ourselves to process what we feel and how we feel, we get to learn more about self. Or we might even be able to back up and see that, whoa, this is not okay here. And that acknowledgement, it can give us some strength. Number 3, we can refrain from doing things for them. Hey, if they aren't talking to you, you do not need to be making their dinners. If you have children, take them out for burgers. And if you're alone, take yourself out. You have the right. You're not a slave. These people, they don't own you, although they think that they do. A lot of times it's us giving them permission. I remember I used to always say, well, he won't let me, or I don't have the right. Really? And besides, doesn't the thought of getting away from them and having a little miniature vacation here sound good? And this, it also empowers you, and empowerment is healing. When we take back our power, we raise our energy and our frequencies. And I'm going to be doing a video on that because raising our frequency is everything, especially when you want to get out of the situation that you're in. Because when we raise those frequencies, the dynamics around us, they often change. Number 4, study up on narcissism and codependency, which I know you are. And you might even consider joining a group regarding codependency because that can really be helpful. The more we learn, the more that we disengage in taking their behavior personally. We start to see that we're not alone in this. And that feels like support. We get acknowledged, which was the very issue that lacked from our lives in childhood, which is why we end up attracting toxic relationships. It all boils down to acknowledgement. Number 5, read. Indulge in a good book. Do something for yourself. I mean, when was the last time that you made yourself a cup of hot chocolate or iced tea and just laid back with a good book? Throwing your energy into another world like that can do a mountain of good as it keeps the mind off all of our negative that we've been experiencing. Believe me, they'll still be in their same pissy place that they've been in when you stop reading your book. Nothing will change. We let go of all the thoughts that have been dancing in our heads here, which is a way of surrendering to the moment. And again, our frequencies start to move up the emotional scale. Higher frequencies and better things show up in our worlds. Maybe the narcissist suddenly calms down, or life arranges for them to be called into work, leaving you some breathing space and peace of mind. Number 6, look within. Take the time to know thyself. Journal, write down what you're angry about, write down what you're hurting about. And not just about the emotions regarding your partner here, but where else and when else did you feel like that in your life? Go deeper into the pain, because often when we're feeling heavy emotions like that and we write, other things pop up, other memories, things that we forgot about, things that we suppressed, or things that we knew but we didn't realize how painful that experience had actually affected us. We want to feel our emotions. Emotions are always trying to tell us something. They are our guidance system, and I talk about that in my course. Anger and pain are energies that get trapped inside of us. And so we need to bring them up to the light so that we can release them. I mean, what's that saying? Diseases are the tears of the organs that the eyes did not cry. Sometimes we need to cry into a pillow to let that anger out. And sometimes we need to let the tears flow. These traumas are all layers that have been added to our life experiences, and layer by layer, we release one and one more and another until we start to heal. You can start that right in the comfort of your own home. You don't need money and to see 1,000 psychiatrists here. Number 7, meditation. When we can be here now, we bring down our stress levels. Stress raises our cortisol and adrenaline levels. And when these levels are too high, we just can't think straight. Therefore, we can't make clear decisions, and we can often be in a reactive state rather than responding to situations because our emotions, they're just not regulated. Number 8, hypnosis. You have been programmed your entire life, intentional or not, but programmed to believe nonsense like that you weren't enough, not capable enough, undeserving, and not lovable. And they didn't need to tell you this like face to face, or you didn't need to hear those words that you weren't, just by their actions. When parents often don't have the time of day for us because they have their own issues, we interpret that as I'm not lovable. And hypnosis, it gives you the power to reprogram your mind to beliefs that would serve you way better in life. For example, believing in self. If you program your mind to confidence, you will become confident. You're going to find that you're believing in yourself again. Now, if you go to my channel, and I'll put a link down below, you're going to find a free hypnosis session that you can download. And I highly recommend that you try it, but it's all up to you. Now, if you do it only once, chances are that it's not going to do much for you. Hypnosis doesn't work like that. When it comes to reprogramming the mind, we need repetition. In order for you to become programmed the way that you did growing up, which had taken repetition of the same experiences and things said over time until the mind accepted it as truth, and hypnosis works the same way. Repetition is key. The most effective success rates that I've seen time and time again is where the sessions are done twice a day for 3 weeks. How badly do you want this? And the sessions aren't long. They're like 15 to 20 minutes. Now, if you do this faithfully, you should witness some pretty cool changes. Number 9, breath work. Learn and apply different techniques regarding breathing to calm the mind. The breath will still the mind and keep your nervous system intact, especially when you're feeling like your world is falling apart or out of control. And finally, number 10, listen to podcasts and videos on positive thinking and creating your desired reality. This can be a tremendous help. Listen to Abraham Hicks. Watch the movie You Can Heal Your Life. I really recommend that one. Can't recommend it enough. It's an old one, but oh my God, it's a good one. It really helps you to bring things back into perspective. It's by Louise Hay. Watch Lisa Nichols, Rhonda Bryan's Read the Power of the Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. That one is another excellent book. All this stuff will give you hope again and bring back the power that you've been lacking. And then there's Dr. Joe Dispenza, there's Bruce Lipton. And these are just some of these beautiful people who are in this world to help raise our energies and show us how to create and live the lives that we want. And so all of these things that I mentioned today are all things to empower you, and yet disempower the narcissist who is playing harsh games to control you. But meanwhile, you are healing your life while taking back control. They can try and control us all they want, but at the end of the day, we get to have the last say on the matter. So I bid you farewell for now. Take care of yourselves because you matter. We shall see you in the next video, and bye for now.